Suppose my schedule so far has been doing YouTube lives on Sunday and sometimes Monday. And then I've been going live pretty much daily on TikTok and then a couple of times a week on Instagram. You can check the first pinned comment down below for TikTok information as well as Instagram, although my handle is the same everywhere for quick access, easy access, manifesting greatness now. But let's hop into it. So, for today's live, I'm going to be discussing the whole idea of being consistent, okay? And I've discussed this on numerous occasions in the YouTube community tab section, videos, Instagram lives, Instagram videos, TikTok live, TikTok videos, but it seems it's one of those things to where people seem to always need some kind of reminder, right? Or some kind of reassurance, etc., involving. Here's the deal. What is consistency? Consistency is actually you doing the work. Now, people oftentimes confuse consistency with persistence. Persistence, persist, equals never giving up, equals involving yourself with the mentality of never giving up, never calling it quits. Consistency, consistent, etc., equals doing the work, right? So I'll give you an example. If someone were to say to you, be persistent when it comes to going to the gym, what does that look like on your end? For most people, it's okay, I actually have to make sure I'm not giving up with going to the gym. I actually have to, involve myself with that aspect of things. But when someone says be consistent with going to the gym, what does that show up as? For most people, it's okay, I got to get myself into a routine, a regimen. I actually have to do it. I actually have to do the workouts, involve myself with the workouts, and take action involved in that aspect of things, right? Now, don't confuse this. I'm not saying that you need to take forceful action in order to get your desires. Do not confuse that aspect of things. It's just an example. Now, when it comes to being consistent with the inner work, hey, how's it going, Ellie? When it comes to being consistent with the inner work, that means that you're actually involving yourself with the inner work. You're disciplining yourself. You're remaining mindful. You're checking in with yourself. You're self regulating when need be. You're doing the affirmations. You're doing the affirmations. You're listening to the subliminals. You're listening to the guided meditations. You're visualizing. You're doing the EFT shamanic tapping, etc. You're connecting to your divine self, etc. You're doing the work. You're being consistent. You're doing the work. If you want results internally and then inevitably externally in a proper way, in a fun-loving way, in an easy and effortless way, in a way to where you can look back and be like, damn, this was enjoyable, this was fun, this was awesome. In a way to where you're experiencing it and you're like, damn, this is amazing. In a way to where you look back a year from now, you still have your desire, and you're like, damn, this last year has been incredible. If you want those kinds of results, then you need to be consistent. Now, I'm going to share something with you that may trigger you, but you need to just sit back, relax, and take it in, because this is real talk. Now, listen to me very carefully with an open mind. If you're not staying consistent every day with your desires fulfilled, to one of two things: either A, you're not prioritizing it, or B, it's not that important to you to experience. Hey, how's it going? And that's a tough pill to swallow. And some of you guys will be like, well, no, that's not true, because I get busy in my life. And? How you do, Tinneth? And? Here's the deal. If you had a child, a little newborn child, an infant, and you were a single parent living alone, it doesn't matter how you're feeling. It doesn't matter how tired you are, how drained you are, how much anxiety you've been experiencing. It doesn't matter how sick you are. None of that matters, because you're still going to do what's necessary to take care of your kid, right? You're not going to make excuses. Can you imagine someone saying, hey, I was too tired to feed my kid today. I forgot to feed my kid today. How would you look at them? You'd look at them like they're a neglectful parent. especially if they're living alone and have no other assistance. But they don't do that. You know why? Because they prioritize their child. They're consistent with that. They're committed to it. They're persistent involving it. They're important to them. So if you're even so much as taking one day off involving this manifestation mindset work, it's either you're not prioritizing it or it's not important to you. And that's a problem. You guys are not getting the results that you want internally, which in turn eventually becomes external. It's because you're not being consistent. That's the problem. You guys are not being consistent. You think that you can just take days off and nothing's going to happen. There's no repercussions. You think that just because you're feeling nice means that there's permission for you to just not doing anything. Let me tell you something. If you were feeling nice, feeling good, you'd still make sure your little 6-month-old child is kept safe and fed. Would you not? If you want results in the way that you claim, and start being consistent in the way that you're manifesting, the routines that you have set in place, and the inner work that you're doing overall. Because if you're not, it's not that important to you. It's not a priority for you. And there's nothing you can say that will change that. Because it goes back to the example of having a child. If you're living alone in an apartment or a room or a bedroom, you have a kid, little newborn, you're going to take care of your kid because they're important to you. They're your priority. You're going to take care of them no matter what. And anything less means that they're not important to you, means that they're not a priority for you. Let this sink in. I would highly recommend you replay this live, this little short live, but very meaningful, impactful live. Reflect. Check the first pinned comment down below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below. Keep it appropriate, keep it simple, keep it to the point. Otherwise, you have a beautiful rest of your day. Heck yeah, you already know. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care. Stay safe. Much love.